What's going on, guys? We've got a lot of stuff here today to go through. Welcome in. Today is all about thanking you guys, our awesome channel members. So if you are a channel member, thank you so much for being here. And if you're not, that's okay too. We're going to spend today with 25 Victorinox and Venger Swiss Army knives. These have all come in secondhand. They're in various states of disrepair, and our goal today is going to be to refurbish each and every last one as best we can. And these are going to be sent out to our awesome channel members. So if you're watching live, stick around. We're going to get into that in just a second. If you're watching after the fact, you've missed the opportunity, unfortunately, but stick around, enjoy the content. And if you want to become a channel member, there's still plenty of great reasons. We do members only live streams where we do our Mod Mondays live, and you get to see them well before they go out to the rest of our subscribers. All of our videos go live to members as soon as they're ready to go up, and they'll be scheduled out. Right now, we're about 4 weeks ahead, so you'll get those videos early. We do members-only giveaways. We do members-only sales on our website, multipartstore.com, and a bunch more. So if you're interested in becoming a member, now's a great time. All right, let's get into the stream. Tarek, welcome in, man. Appreciate you joining us. We are going to start by breaking these down. And as far as the rules for this giveaway or whatever, we'll get into those in a bit more detail, but I'll run through them right now. We're going to give away every one of these knives that we can refurbish, up to 25 to our channel members. Right now we have 20 channel members. So if you are not a channel member, now's a great time if you're in the live stream. And so we've got 5 to give away, assuming I get all of these refurbished. I can send them out unrefurbished, but we're going to stream until we get all of these done, most likely. If the stream goes down, we'll try and boot up a new one. If microphones or camera dies or something like that, we may have to end early. Check the chat at that point. We'll post it in there. Yeah, these are going to go out at random. We'll just need to verify age verification. If you're outside of the U.S., we may offer you some sort of commensurate gift, but this is a gift to you guys for being members. I can only get 25 in time for this stream. Hopefully that's sufficient, but if you want to become a channel member, there's a ton of great other features as well. So I suppose without further ado, and if you are a channel member, I'm going to put this at the beginning of the video so that you can find this easily. Go ahead and email me, Zach, Z-A-C-H, at multipartsstore.com. I'm going to write that down for you if my pen works. We'll write that down so you guys can find me. Just email me member gift with the subject line member gift. And here it is. Zach, Z-A-C-H, at multipartsstore.com. And that way we can arrange getting these shipped out to you guys. I'll throw that up there as well. Let's hold it here so you can screenshot it. Dynamis, welcome in. Appreciate you. Yeah, anyone who's currently a member should be getting one of these after the stream, including Joker, who just joined. Appreciate you, Joker. You've been a long-time viewer. Always appreciate your support, whether you're a subscriber or a member or just a casual viewer. We appreciate it. This is just a little something extra I wanted to do for our channel members. I was trying to boost our channel members, but then we shot up to 20 in the last month, and I can't say thank you enough. All right, so first thing I got to do, you can see we've got some without, a lot of without scales. In fact, let me get those in the wash right now. It's off camera because of the convenience of the plugs. I'm going to go ahead and throw all of these unscaled models into the ultrasonic cleaner with some hot water and a little bit of, we're going to try, I've had other recommendations, but we're going to try Dawn Power Wash. Obviously, you don't want to leave that on the tool, but we're going to oil these up plenty. So I'm going to add this into the ultrasonic cleaner along with all of these unscaled models. We'll get those going, and then I'll start breaking down all of these other tools right here. Give me 1 second. I gotta grab a towel, I overfilled it. Hold on. Okay, so that's going. Let's keep breaking them down. Oh, yes, Joker, good point. For those who don't know, there's a channel membership. Ours is 99 cents a month to help support the channel, and it is different than being a subscriber purely. So I do appreciate you becoming a member. These are the only black scales in this batch, so I might try and save them. There's a little chip there. We'll see. I'm going to be a little bit careful on some of these to see if I can get them off a little more gently than I might do on a normal Wednesday stream. Just got the, this is the pry bar from the Sidekick Wingman, or the little flathead screwdriver. And that's a nice thin piece I can get in here and hopefully pop these. Nivek asks if I have any Swiss Army knives. I sure do. I'm going to have a lot fewer in a couple of days here once we get these sent out to our awesome channel members. But I'll still have plenty, don't worry. Joker, just jump in. Just send me an email after the stream. I said it in the very beginning. Literally send me an email with the subject line member gift or something like that, and I will send you an email back. We just need we need you to verify your age, that you're over 18 at least, just so we don't get into trouble sending knives to minors. Shipping address, and I think that's it. So we'll just do that real quick, and we'll go through those as well again later. But the email address is Zach, Z-A-C-H, at multipartstore.com. And for some of our members who are outside of the U.S., I'm going to look at shipping costs. If I can send you one, that's what I prefer. If it looks like it's going to cost way too much to get it shipped out to you, we might work out another arrangement. You guys will not be asked for any payment of any sort. If anybody's asking about that, that's somebody else. Don't pay anyone or give anyone financial details. All we'll need is a shipping address so we can get it to you. So I'm just using the spudger. Now that I've got a little gap here, I can get the nylon spudgers in, I think. We may not end up using this scale, but we'll see. I've got plenty of extras. We'll show you later in the stream what else we've got to kit these out with. Just trying to work that spudger around those rivets on the inside as gently as possible. You can already see all of the gunk and grime that's coming out of here. That's going to be happening all day, I am sure. That's why I have gloved up for this one. I don't mind the oils and things from a normal Swiss Army knife, but these are all used, which means they're nasty. The other thing I could have done is taken off the key rings. I forgot about that, but we'll jump into it. Hello, hello. Oh, I'm going to have to translate that real quick. RSCC, welcome in. Se puede combinar Victory con Leatherman. Can you combine a Victorinox and Leatherman? Is that what that is? My Spanish is rusty. At best. Evan, welcome in. Appreciate you joining us on the stream. And we've already ripped a first glove. That's okay. Just trying to be... I mean, I could pop this off, but I don't want to be too aggressive here and bust the scale up. There we go. Oh, that one looks like it was glued. So we may have to work on that. All right, that scale's going away. Glad I took my time on that. Let's set this aside. We got 20 more to go. I'm just going to be getting rid of any of the toothpicks and tweezers on these. We've got fresh ones to replace these with. I won't guarantee that the scales are, you know, something you want to eat off of, but... Oh, these ones we do have to be careful on as well, because this is an 84 millimeter. And I do not have spare scales for these. Oh, sorry, RSCC. There's ways. We've put some Victorinox scissors on a few multi-tools. I think a Gerber is the one I did a test on. So it's possible. It requires grinding, custom grinding your parts, though. So it's not an easy swap, as a lot of what we try and keep to on the channel is those quick, easy swaps that are direct replacements for what you're trying to go with. Evan, can I shout you out? Consider it done. Tarek have gifted Swiss Army knives, Jet Setter, and the Super Tinker. Because you can't send this to France. Hey, we'll talk. We'll talk, Tarek. Send me that email. We'll get you something. Even if it's an Amazon gift card to get a Jet Setter locally, that's fine with me. Oh, you gifted yourself one. Hey, still, send me an email, please. Appreciate you being a channel member, man. XB says it's a cooking channel. Yeah, it's a cooking channel. You're right. Of a sort. All right, I should have done this first. We're gonna start with this. We're getting in over our heads already. I'm just gonna use these if I can. These are split ring pliers. I've shown them off way in the past, and they just help you get those split rings open. We've got a lot to deal with today. These are not too difficult to do by hand, but I feel like my nails are probably going to fall off my thumbs by the end of the day. So we're going to use these to help out. Dynamis says, I think the Swiss Spyderco mods are really cool. Absolutely. Cody at Fit to Survive does those all the time. And he does some very, very nice work. If you're looking for kind of a really nice custom Victorinox knife, I recommend reaching out to him. He's done some collabs with the channel as far as video coverage goes, which is awesome. I don't know where I'm putting these. Let's just put these over here, I guess. Some of these will not have key rings when we send them out, just unless I can find some more, which I might be able to do. Oh, is that all the key rings that are on here? Okay, that was easy. All right, let's get back to the frames. Where is the one that I was just working on? Right, no, right in front of me. All right, and the ultrasonic cleaner is done with the first batch. That's awesome. This hopefully will be the most time-consuming part of this task. Give me 1 second, guys. I've got a guest coming in, so I'm going to mute, and we'll keep working. All right, we are back in. I don't want to use the file side of this to get in there, but it's so handy. So we'll do what we got to do here. Dynamis, well, I'll get back to you on that email. I'm probably leaning into the microphone there too. And I muted myself. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's adjust this. As for your question, Dynamis, we will. I'm going to lower the volume just a little bit. You can just reply to that email with the shipping address. We're paying for it, so there's nothing more. We'll send it out to you, and you'll get your gift. This scale is pretty bunged up and clearly glued. I did not expect these many to be glued together So hopefully we can get those cleaned up enough to get new scales on there. But as long as you send me an email, guys, I will let me know. Oh, let me know your YouTube username in case it's different too, if you can. I will follow up and we'll make sure we've got everything figured out for you. And we'll probably give you, till the end of the year to let us know so we don't miss anybody. Interesting. That's an older scale. The newer ones have these cutouts, and these ones do not. Very interesting. So let's power through some more of these. That one's easy because it's already busted. And this side is also busted. That's easy. Some of these are also going to have some nice little engraving. With love, Amy Ruth. Thank you, Amy. We appreciate you. So hopefully some of these scales will be salvaged. If not, I'll have to order some more. I ran out. If you've seen me take apart these Swiss Army knives, you know that I don't always use the most care. That one's all bubbled up. I'll toss that. Same with this one. It's weird how that happens. I don't always use the most care, and I should have started prepping sooner and keeping these intact. Dave asks, what do I think about Spyderco knives? I am a big fan of Spyderco, but I don't own any. I've played with them a few times. The price is a little bit much for my needs, I guess. So I just haven't gone out and gotten any. But anytime I'm at like Cabela's or Bass Pro and they've got a Spyderco, I got to play with it a little bit. My kind of local knife shop is an Army surplus store, but it's the only place that really carries decent folding knives. Does not have Spyderco as of yet. But they are improving. They got Benchmade a couple years ago. That was exciting. This one's also chipped. That makes it easy. Dynamis, yes, we do. It's subject to a few caveats as far as modifying members' tools for them. But if there's a mod you want to try out that you're not comfortable doing, and it's something that we have not covered on the channel and want to cover on the channel, I am open to, you can send me an email on that as well. I'm happy to consider whether we can use it in our Mod Monday series. And if so, we'll get you shipping information. Just send your tool in. You just pay for the parts. There's no cost to it's not like a service we're offering. So there's no cost other than just whatever parts we use on it. And we'll discuss all of those details ahead of time so that you're comfortable with it. And I can't guarantee that, it's going to depend on whether I can handle the mod. If it involves a lot of grinding, I tend not to do them just because that's not what we tend to do on the channel. It's more tool swaps and things like that. But we did one for a member, Les, I believe, who had an alpha very early on and wanted to do a swap, and it worked out really well because it was before we could get some of the parts we needed for that swap, or extra parts to do for the channel. So we were able to do that for him. The scale is on tight. If there's anyone named Luke in the channel members, let me know. RSCC, I have a collection of Leatherman and wouldn't dare do with a Leatherman. Well, stick around, man. We do a lot of Leatherman mods, so maybe you'll get a feel for it. It's kind of the hope is that it can help out those who want to try it out. I told a customer the other day, it's not particularly difficult. It's very tedious with some of the Leathermans. I'm going to save that one for a little bit. It's very tedious with some of the Leathermans, and you need to remember where the parts came from, what order they came in. And if you know that, and you've got some patience, it's definitely doable for anyone who's even the littlest bit handy. Dave says, I'm in the UK, bought one, kind of like it. Victorinox, you mean? I'm a big fan of Victorinox. I've actually been carrying, for the last week, my Victorinox Synergy. A lot of love, a lot of hate for this tool. It's growing on me a little bit. The design choice is definitely an interesting one. It's not what I would have suggested, but it's got its pros and cons. Marco asked what my favorite knife brand is. Well, I'm a Benchmade fan, for better or worse. Kind of I'm not into like the customs yet. I'm sure that's coming. But we focus so much on multi-tools that I don't pretend to be a knife expert. I hope nobody's gotten that impression, because I am not an expert on pocket knives. Multi-tools are my jam. But I do have a Benchmade Bug-Out Mini that is one of my favorites. And as for like budget knives, I've been a big fan of some QSP stuff that's come through. Enjoy that stuff quite a lot. I guess one of the knives I really want, but I just can't, I'm not going to spend the money on it, is the Benchmade 940. The other one I've wanted for a long time is this Benza Small. But again, with as much as I rotate through knives especially, and carry multi-tools for testing, and then I don't carry a knife at the time, it just doesn't make sense, because that would not be, as much as I wish it would be a business expense, it would be a little bit more difficult to justify. This one's giving me some trouble. And again, this is an 84, so I want to take my time. Let's go to this last 91 millimeter we've got, because I don't have any spare scales for the 84 millimeter. Dynamis, an Archified Free P2? Yeah, hit me up, Dynamis. That's on my list, and it's one of those ones where I don't have, it's hard to justify the cost of me doing that for it to sit in a drawer. But I've wanted to do an Archified P2 for quite some time, so hit me up. We can work that out. If you've got any parts already, awesome. You can send them along with the tool, and if not, we'll see what we can do. Can we swap the wave pliers with the ARX ones? Unfortunately not, Tarek. It is, they're a very different system. They're purpose-built for the tools that they come in. And so swapping them out is not a good system. You're seeing with these, I'm getting a lot more cracks than I normally get around this plier head. We could heat these up, but I'm not really keen on saving every last scale. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. I do have an electric kettle I brought in for this to get water warm for the ultrasonic cleaner. So we do have that on hand now if we need it, but I'm hoping we can get through these with the normal technique of just being careful. Dean asks, what are you doing? Dean, we are refurbishing some Swiss Army knives to send out to our channel members. I haven't seen anyone join. Let me actually get over. I'm looking at the wrong stream view. If you, so we're giving away these Swiss Army knives once we refurbish them to our channel members today. We've got 20 channel members and 25 Swiss Army knives. So assuming we don't lose one in the process, we've got 5 slots left. So the next 5 channel members are going to get one. This is just a way of giving back. I'll tell you right now, I went over budget, but I figured it was worth it. because I appreciate all of the members who have joined over the last couple of months. We were going to do, I think I had like 15 to start, and then over the last month it's kind of gone a little crazy, and I ended up grabbing another batch of Swiss Army knives to add to this. This is another one we've got to be careful. This is a Venger scale, so it's going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to take my time here and just try and work this in to get an opening. It's working out pretty nice. This is I think it's the Sidekick Wingman small flat screwdriver with file on a rebar frame. We've shown that tool off in the past, if you guys are looking at it and wondering what the hell it is. I do wish that YouTube would put a quick translation on here. I can, RSCC, I happy to translate those once my hands are not full, if it's easier for you. Dean, can you tell me how I would refurbish one? I have a couple that have all gone really stiff. Can they be freed off? Yeah, they typically can. Usually it's just a matter of gunk. So what I'm doing right now is you wouldn't need to pop off the scales if they're not in too bad a shape. I'm putting these into an ultrasonic cleaner with some warm water and some Dawn dish soap, which should free up a lot of the gunk and the grime in here. We'll see. And then I'm going to come in with just a nylon brush and try and clean them out. Oh, I also have dental floss somewhere. I'm going to try that. I've never tried that out, but it sounded like it might work, so I'm going to try that out as well. So it's mostly a matter of getting... That is an interesting scale type. I've never seen that. The Venger. Very interesting. So it's mostly a matter of getting the gunk out of your tool, and then I would apply an oil all over to keep it from corroding. And then I always apply a little knife pivot lube to any moving parts to keep those operating nice and smooth. And I think between that combination, you should be in a pretty good shape. They do collect lint over time. Any slip joint, you can jump into that. Well, thank you, Dean, for the gift. Appreciate that. If you stick around, I'm not going to... This is going to be a long stream, so I'm not trying to tell anyone, hey, you should definitely stick around. But if you choose to stick around, we'll go through that whole process right now. But, of course, I've got 25 of them, so it's going to take a little longer. I'm going to be very careful here. These scales are damaged, but they're such a cool color that I've decided I'm going to try and put these on one of the knives. And these are just going to go out at random, too. There's a few different models here. Rather than go through and have any sort of ranked choice type of thing, we're gonna grab one at random, but we're gonna try and make them all a little bit special if we can. So if you have any suggestions, let me know as we go along, because we've got some time here to make these special. It's got a little, you can see the crack in it right there, but it's in pretty good shape. We'll also try and clean up around that damaged section to make it smooth. But there we go. That is all of our scales off. I'm going to come right back to chat in just a second, guys, but let me step away for a moment. We've got all of these to go in the ultrasonic cleaner, and they won't all fit, so we're going to do batches as we go, and hopefully stuff like that is just going to disappear, and I don't have to deal with it too much on the back end. Let's grab all this stuff. The scales will also go in, but we'll do that later. Be right back. All right. Grab some shop towels here. These are quite hot. Using hot water, but didn't realize it was that hot. So let's get these. I'm going to let these lay out for a second here and dry off a bit. All of these scales are also going to go into that cleaner. I think I lost a keyring along the way. That's all right. I got to see if I don't have spare keyrings, but I do have a bunch of overstock on the springs with the keyring, so we might be able to make something happen here. Let me run through chat real quick, and I'm going to get a sip of water. Joker said, what's the proper age to give your son a Swiss Army knife? That's a great question. Now, I'm not recommending for anyone else to give anyone else a Swiss Army knife at any age. If I had to go on the record, I'd say 18 or 21. But I think I got my first one at like 8 or 9. As long as you teach them to use it with respect and to not hurt themselves. I mean, I think that's an important test, but we've all cut ourselves. I think Swiss Army knives are the things I've cut myself on most because the blade doesn't lock. And there's that tendency, if I grab one of my Swiss Army knives out, I don't know if you guys have this tendency, but every time I start like whittling or whatever with a Swiss Army knife, I'm always pushing my thumb on the back of that blade. And you get, that's where you get the cuts, is it snaps down on your hand. Dynamis asked if I've heard of Kiet Custom Knives out of Vietnam. I have not. Dean's got a few old Explorers. That's awesome. It's a good knife. I lose track of what knife is what. Well, maybe at the end we'll kind of go through and see what we actually have here, because I haven't taken a proper inventory. Chuck said hi. Welcome, Chuck. Dean, yep, give it a shot, man. Work along with us if you've got the time. If you don't have an ultrasonic cleaner, like, get in there with a brush. 9 times out of 10, these are so old and so used and so grimy that I wanted to go the extra mile. The ultrasonic cleaner I have isn't anything special if you end up needing one. You know, I think I paid $20 for it. Get one of the plug-in ones, though. I've heard the ones that are, like, battery operated are not great. But, you know, when in doubt, just run it longer. And we'll get in there with a WD-40 can and just spray out as much as we can as well. Matt said hi. Welcome, Matt. Appreciate you joining us. Another channel. We got a lot of channel members in here. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the duels, Don Chino. I appreciate you finding the channel yourself. You know, I appreciate that. Joker says I should sign them underneath the scales. As long as you guys promise not to sell them on eBay, you know, that signature is going to be worth a lot. RSCC, thank you for the gift. The super chat, I guess it's a super chat. Tarek recommends the Leatherman Leap for kids. If you can find one, those are cool knives. I still don't have one in my collection. Dynamis says that Kiet Custom Knives makes Magna Cut for almost anything. That's awesome. I have seen a few aftermarket Magna Cuts popping up. Was actually thinking about reaching out because, you know, the Magna Cut blades, they're expensive on our site, and I get that. And, like, some of these guys that are making them can make them cheaper. I would love to be able to offer them. I haven't gotten in touch with anyone yet. One of the makers I was looking at was not currently... didn't have them listed anymore, so I couldn't find them. But brush and hot soapy water, that's the trick. Just make sure to oil it after. I don't want to... I love the Dawn dish or the Dawn power wash for stuff like this, but you don't want to leave... So you want oil on your knife in the end so that it doesn't corrode. Tarek says they're available on Amazon. The Leatherman Leap is available on Amazon France for €100. That's actually not bad. They probably retailed for like 30 or 40 euros, right? If my conversion is correct. Well, we've got the blue towel out. I guess we got another batch running in the ultrasonic cleaner. Oh, let me grab some gloves. You guys know I don't wear gloves very often, but for as much stuff is going to go through my hands today, I think we got to glove up. All right. Oh, let's begin. I'm just going to go. These are all really clean, actually. They don't need much, but they do need to be fully coated in oil. So WD-40, got a few big cans with me today. Just spray it on the outside. Just get those nice and coated. And then I'm going to open up. I'm not going to worry about getting every tool open because that'll take forever. Open up a couple of tools and spray it down in there to give ourselves some lubrication as we work. Could be using the Dawn Power Wash here as well. We'll see what works best. Maybe we'll try it different on another tool or another set of tools. Dynamis, why is everybody saying I have soft hands all the time, man? I usually say thank you. Also, you know, my hands are on camera a lot these days. So I try not to, you know, let them get gnarly. I've had to start moisturizing. No, I have a TikTok that came out a long time ago, and every couple of weeks somebody comments on it's about soft hands because my Leatherman arc was cutting up my my finger, and it was the back of the saw blade. And every other Leatherman arc I've gotten since then has not had that issue. And I finally realized that it was like I just got one where the edge hadn't been broken. Dynamis hand model is a backup. I don't know if I've got that kind of skill. That's a tough job. So these ones I got, the ones that came without scales are in, I mean, they're great. There ain't nothing wrong with these. So there ain't too much to do here. I'm just going to make sure that that oil gets through, like in everywhere. We're just going to give it a quick brush and we'll move on because we've got plenty to do. Obviously, you know, I'm going to do as much as I can here for you guys as these, some of them may not be fully, you know, where you'd want them for carry. So you can always go through additional prep. I would say that this one is effectively ready for reassembly. So let's start a pile here. We may sharpen some up as well, but I'll save that for the end. Just going to make sure everything's nice and clean first and foremost. And there goes our ultrasonic cleaner with the next batch being done. So we're in. All right, now we're moving. Yeah, there's really not. There were 2 batches I got of Swiss Army knives. One was a lot cleaner than the other. So I'm guessing. I actually wonder if the ones that came without scales were by someone who was selling the scales, because it looks like they hadn't been used much. But like this one's an older one, so who knows? Maybe my ultrasonic cleaner is just doing a better job than I thought. Dave says, do a proper job now. I don't know where I got these brushes. I think they're Grip brand, which is like a weird kind of crappy tool brand, but I love that they've got this little small side on there. It gets into the insides of these Swiss Army knives. And this is why I think my nails would be falling off my thumb by the end of the day, opening up every single one of these tools. These are all in great shape. That's awesome. Here is one that is not. That's what's inside your Swiss Army knives, boys and girls. And this one might even go back into the ultrasonic. If we can't get some of that gunk out of there. That's nasty. We should have made this like a clean along. Everyone jumps on with their tools and cleans along with me. Let's not press hard against an open blade. Let's make that our goal for today. No real technique to this. It's just don't cut yourself. Get all the gunk out of there. Try and use that pressure from this can to kind of push some of that through. I also have, I should have thought about this, some Q-tips here to kind of collect that gunk as it sits in there. Try and get some of that out. Try and keep my mouth closed too so it doesn't pop up into my mouth. I know I bought some dental floss for this, but now I don't know where it is. The other thing I like to use is some coffee stir sticks, just cut down, just to really work into those cracks. Let's see if we can locate that dental floss here. This is not something I've tried before, but worth a shot. Some Reach dental floss. Probably didn't cut enough there. Let's see if we can work this down past this tool to try and clean off alongside of it. See how we can get kind of underneath that a little bit. Pull out some of that gunk. I don't know if that worked or not, but it was worth a shot. All right, I think we're looking pretty good here. This one, I'm going to give one more pass in the ultrasonic just to get any more of that grit out. In fact, I might leave the tools open on it. Oh no, I can't. It won't fit my ultrasonic cleaner's not big enough. Let's start another pile here, and I'm going to go run these through. I got another batch to go in the ultrasonic cleaner. I'll be right back. All right, that batch is running. What do we got in the chat? Dean says he's going to try some petrol or brake cleaner. Brake cleaner might be a very good option, and I shouldn't corrode it. If it seems gooey, yeah. Hot water will help more than cold water, I've found. Oh God, Dynamis, that's gross. Dr. Zach. Love it. So this one's got a bit of goo in it as well. It's not bad though. This one just needs a little brush out. If you guys have any techniques, I've obviously only prepared for what my normal cleaning routine. But if you have any additional techniques, let me know. I may not be able to try them today, but I'm always trying to do better. I got a comment on a recent video about my rebar looking like it needed a cleaning, and I realized a lot of the tools we use for demos and stuff do not have any like, I haven't cleaned them properly. I've not cleaned them or oiled them. I don't do that during a normal demo, just because it's not been. These tools get recycled so often and changed and tweaked, but I probably should clean up, especially the ones I get used. Don Chino, welcome in as a member. I thought your name was not green before, and now it's green. Appreciate you joining us, man. I think that puts us at 21 members. Again, we've got 25 Swiss Army knives going in. Hopefully that doesn't bleed. Caught my glove there. I thought your name wasn't green before, and now it is, so just double checked, and it looks like you just became a member. So I appreciate you, Don. Don Chino says he's heard hydraulic oil cleans and loosens and removes rust and grime. There's a video about soaking aluminum for a few hours, and it comes out looking clean. Interesting. That would make sense, I suppose. It's got to have some anti-corrosive properties. I do love and use on especially older tools. I have used, what's it called? There's a rust remover whose name escapes me only because I'm on camera, but I've used it a few times. Hold on, I'm gonna Google it. Evaporust. I didn't even finish Googling it. Evaporust can be very good at getting rid of stuff. Now I can hear the grit in this one. This one is going to be a little bit of extra stuff. Deep Creep does not sound like a good. Deep Creek, okay. Deep Creep might sound different to us Americans, Dean. I can see a little buildup inside of here. I'll have to look that up. Deep Creep. Don, where do you get Evaporust? You can order it online. I think they carry it at Harbor Freight. I'm assuming you're in Arizona, but I could be wrong about that, Don. Harbor Freight does, I think, carry some selection of Evaporust, and you just dunk the tool in there, and that rust will just brush away at the end of the soaking. It's hard to tell here if this is clean or not. You can see in the nail nick there's a darkness to it. Oh yeah. Nope, that was just good and grimed on there. I've got a brass brush here as well. Well, it seems like it's supposed to be brass. It might not be. But I've got a brass brush here as well that I can use if I need some extra help. But I like to use the nylon if I can. Dynamis, would isopropyl alcohol work? It absolutely would. You know, it's going to depend a little bit on what kind of gunk is in your tool. Isopropyl is a great one for just general purpose cleaning because it's not water, so it doesn't sit in the tool and corrode it. Like, when you're using water, you want to be very careful that you then use a proper oil at the end. In fact, I don't think I oiled these. Hold on. Let's spritz these all down so I don't forget. This new batch came in and I forgot to oil it. But we're gonna make sure these are all coated well with oil in the end, and we're gonna add an extra oil to the pivots that I always like to add, and that will help. The construction of the Victorinox looks too cheap, huh? I think if you haven't gotten one, if you get a proper Victorinox, you know, not a knockoff, they hold up very, very well. This is to RSCC's comment. It's definitely a different type of construction from like a Leatherman, but they're riveted together with these brass pins, and so they really hold up for a very long time for most users. And I guess they are, I mean, on one hand, they are cheaper than Leathermans in most cases. So, but I don't want to confuse that with not good, because I think the Victorinox tools are very nice. And I was going to say if you get a Victorinox, but you're a channel member, so you're getting a Victorinox. Dynamis, yes. Don't listen to me on the coated blades. I don't know about coated blades, if those are going to have different properties, because effectively it's like, you know, you wouldn't want to use paint thinner on a blade you painted. So you may have adverse reactions. Let's make sure we get some oil inside of this tool. And it's going back in the ultrasonic. I can still hear grit, so it's going to go back in. We've got another batch free, so I'll be right back. We're going to swap that out. I'll be back in a second. So that is the last batch in the ultrasonic cleaner. We may rerun some to get them good and clean. Like, I don't want to feel any grit. I don't want to feel like there's sand in the pivots when I open these. And this one in particular has a little bit of that grittiness. So we're going to keep going and we'll see where that leaves us. But I think Dawn does, like, you know, the pocket lint and the oils from your body and the things, if you're cutting food with these, I think Dawn, because it's a degreaser, anything that's caught up in the oil in the knife is going to get broken down by that degreaser, I feel. And that's why I like it as a first pass. But again, if you use something like that, you definitely need to take care to properly oil the knife afterwards. Let's see where we are in the chat. Oh, RSCC, don't even worry, man. Practice your English as much as you can. I'll practice my Spanish. I really tried for like a solid year and a half to get my Spanish down, and I didn't get very far, unfortunately. I think I had a 400-day streak on Duolingo, but as soon as it came to actually speaking and listening to Spanish at a normal speaking pace, it was not good, unfortunately. All right, we're looking okay on this one. There's a little bit in the pivot still, so I may set this one aside to go back in the cleaner. We'll see here. Let's try and mop some of this up with a Q-tip as well. What's awesome is, like, these Victorinox knives, they've got a lot of chromium content in the steel. And that means they're a little bit softer. They dull faster. They're also easier to sharpen, but they don't corrode. I mean, trying to find a rusty Swiss Army knife is tough because they just do not corrode the way that some other tools do. I mean, I've gotten dead stock in of certain multi-tools, and they'll already have some surface rust that, you know, it comes off with a Scotch-Brite, but it is stainless. But these Victorinoxes just do not. You wipe them down, and they're clean as a whistle. It's all gunk and grime. Tarek's not a fan. That's all right. I wish I could send you guys all Leathermans. Let's try this one more time and just see if we're in good operating condition. That's the very least I want to get going here. I'm going to run that one through again. It's close, but the 25 Leatherman giveaway was a little outside of my price range. Ooh, that bit me. Uh-oh. I will be right back. Everything's fine. But I will be right back. All right, we are back. Everything's still perfectly fine. Let's get a fresh pair of gloves. Why not? To be honest, it's truly not bad, but I don't need other people's gunk inside of my bloodstream. Tark, you are right. I guess maybe we need to be more careful. This one does have a damaged blade tip, but because I wanted to include it, we're going to try and reprofile that. we'll set this one into the pile and get back to it in a moment. That one feels like it's operating smoothly. Good thing it wasn't a Leatherman. So let's do this. Let's try and use our noggins here. Let's open the can openers and the bottle openers first, and then the blades. I apologize if I pull this off of camera, just so I can get a better view of it. That one felt a little crunchy. There might have been a big piece of gunk in there. Let's try that one more time. Oh no, that feels fine. Watching the chat come in as people catch up to that moment is quite fun. Of course it happened on a live stream. Of course it did. All right, the ultrasonic just went off. Means we're getting closer. Oh, and this one's got, oh, this must be the 84 millimeter. See, I did it the other way again. I need to do, what happened is that blade popped open and pulled my finger with it. Or the can opener popped open and pulled my finger. You know, you guys know what happened. Oh yeah, Dynamis. The only DLC coded blade from Leatherman is on the Arc Obsidian. It's unfortunate. Like, to give that to us and then to not let us continue to purchase it is just unfortunate. Talked about that in a recent video. Actually, I don't even know if it's out yet, but the whole saga of the Arc Obsidian was unfortunate in my opinion. And the fact that I think a lot of people would like to see a black Leatherman, or a black Leatherman Arc, excuse me. And the fact that that's not available is unfortunate. One looks pretty good. Let's get these closed. Yeah, Dynamis. Those did not last long. I purchased several and started disassembling them and started selling the parts, and then I found out that they were limited edition. Which I probably wouldn't have. I mean, like, we don't carry this parts for stuff that's no longer in production. Probably wouldn't have bothered with the Arc Obsidian if I had known. Not to say that it was never mentioned in any of the press, but I certainly didn't catch it. Yeah, $600 last I checked for an Arc Obsidian on eBay. It's crazy. I have, I'm a collector as well as, I guess, in the industry, whatever that means. So I do try and grab those for the collection, but being a Leatherman collector is no easy feat. We're going to do another pass on all of these tools with more oil and a rag just to make sure everything is fully lubricated and operating smooth. So we'll keep at it, but these are coming along very, very nicely. Getting into most of the stuff we've done is 2 layers. This one is a 4-layer tool. Hypernova Steve, welcome in. It's funny that Leatherman only have 3 USA made multi-tool because the other multi-tools have Chinese parts in China. Sued Leatherman. Was not aware of that. Oh yeah. That ultrasonic cleaner really, the hot water was the key. I tested a couple before the stream, well, months ago now, just to see if it was going to be adequate. Adding the hot water in made it night and day difference. Let's make sure everything's lubed up here. There's some, you can see the residue on the blades, but that's going to wipe off once we come in with a rag. I just want to get everything loose at this stage. Hold on, Tarek. There's a, how much is this multi-tool? You guys want to watch me buy one live on stream? Can I afford it? No way. Hold on, guys. Is it on eBay? If you want it, you better get it before me, guys. I'm about to go buy this. Hold on. I can't tell if it's new in box or not. The picture of the accessories looks like crud, but it says new. Should I buy this, guys? One of you guys want it? I'll wait. Yeah, number 177. I found it, yeah. All right, you guys let me know if I should buy this or not. What the heck is this? I mean, I'll do it, guys. I don't like the $60 shipping. It's worth $300 at least. $295, $290. See if my credit card gets declined. All right, I'll let you know when it arrives. You guys talked me into it. Now, if we don't get the 4 more channel members by the end of the stream, I am not going to be happy. I'm just kidding. I'll be happy either way. This stream is costing me a lot. Dynamis, it will be at least double that price in a couple of years, right? I hope. Dean's Victorinox is taking shape. Good to hear it. This one's definitely going to get a pass with a brass brush on the outside. You can see that's aluminum sides, and they're just starting to, I wouldn't even say corrode, but definitely tarnish. Oh, who said use metal gloves? Oh, I know Seafoam. I've never heard of Deep Creep. That's crazy. I'll have to check that out. Is that the one you said you imported from the States? I've used Seafoam in my car engine before. I had an old Ford Taurus that used to be a little touchy, we'll say. Welcome, Gordo. Appreciate you joining the stream. Now, this one feels gummy. There's no snap to those blades. Oh, yeah, I bought it, Tarek. Appreciate the heads up. I saw, wasn't there another one listed for like 6? I don't know. I couldn't resist. At the very least, it's entertaining to watch somebody else spend money they don't have. You know? No, this is like... Ugh. This one's gross. We'll get it cleaned up for you. That's nasty. That charge is made in the USA. Not super worried about the collector's tools for where they're made. But I guess it's nice to know. This one's certainly going back in the cleaner. I've got a few that'll probably go back in there, so we'll set these aside for the time being. Trying to... Once you get it loose, you got to get it out of there somehow. That's awesome, Tart. Yeah, the 177, definitely the one I grabbed, yeah. I don't think I have any, like I have limited edition Leathermans, but I don't know if, was the Obsidian numbered when it came out? Like, I don't know if I have any numbered limited editions. So these 2 are going back in the Ultrasonic. We've got one, oh, we've got a whole, this is going to take a while, guys, sorry. There's a whole batch in the Ultrasonic cleaner still. So let's get through these first and foremost. It's going to be the one Venger we have with the combo edge blade. I don't even know if I noticed that before. let's go ahead and spray down the exteriors real quick. There's that glued up one. Oops, sorry for the... give me 1 second, guys. I've got a visitor. Sorry about that, guys. Ooh, charged silver. Fancy. Yuri, welcome in. All right. Where were we? I probably already did this. That's okay. As always, let me know if the stream quality breaks up. I saw... Oh, whoops. I'm seeing the glitching. I do apologize. It's a trade-off between reliability and glitchiness, unfortunately. We've had streams in the past, before we changed our system, where the stream would just stop dead, and we'd have to start over. But hopefully, this glitchiness is temporary, although I'm seeing it more and more. One feels pretty good. It's an interesting 84 millimeter model here. Even the stream hates Victorinox, says Tarek. Dynamis asks, do you think 170 to 180 is a decent price for the Arc Obsidian blade? Yeah, I think it might be. If you really want that champagne colored DLC, right? Because I mean, I think our regular arc blades are like up over 120 at this point. So to get something off a $600 tool, I mean, it's certainly a lot, but I don't know that you're going to find a better price. Just a full-on piece of tape or something in there. So I do think that that's a fair price, unfortunately. Is it constantly breaking up, or is it tolerable? Let me know, because if I need to restart stuff, we're going to restart stuff. That's insane. What's going on? Okay. Seems like we're back. This one's just a little bit gummy as well, so this might need some extra cleaning. And of course it failed again. Let me know if it gets obnoxious. We can reboot the stream entirely if we need to. Might just be a temporary sort of internet glitch, or it might be something on the hardware side. Dynamis says his brother-in-law has an unopened charge 25th anniversary edition. That's awesome. Got something very heavily adhered to this blade. So we're going with that brass brush again. Uh-oh. Did the stream freeze? No? Can you guys hear me okay when the stream glitches? I guess that's the more important part. Audio's good? All right. Well, if you guys think the glitching gets annoying, let me know. We'll restart or something, but as long as that audio's coming through clear, that's the important part, I suppose. I'm just going to literally come in with a flathead. Try and get that sticky mess off of here. This one will obviously need to be sharpened up a touch. But everything does feel okay. Yeah, heck yeah. All right. A lot of variation in how clean these came, which was to be expected. Trying to shoot that straight into the corners, see if the pressure helps. Josh, appreciate you joining the stream. We'll catch you on the next one, my guy. '30th anniversary is going for $19.50 on eBay, huh? This one's got a little bit of like crust in it, so I think I am going to run this back through the cleaner. Just a matter of repeating this process till we get it where we need. Don asked where these came from. So these were all just grabbed on eBay in larger lots. You know, you can get a better deal if you grab 20 of them at a time. So that was how we got quite so many for this, and it's even fewer than I had. We got more members faster than I expected, and the stream was going to be earlier in the year, and it ended up coming up later. So. We were going to run it as like a member drive, try and gain new members, but by the time the stream came, we had a bunch of members, and I thought, well, let's just do it as a member thank you then. So it worked out in y'all's favor, I think. It's another one that is definitely going back into the cleaner. It's a lot better, I think, but still want to get that nice and clean. Silver Face asks, are you restoring? Yes, we're refurbishing, I would call it. We're not going to go fully into, I'm not taking any tools off today. There was a couple that came in with fully broken parts, and those will just sit out aside for future repairs, potentially repair videos probably. But the main thing is going to be to get these cleaned up and into working order again for our channel members, because we're giving these away as our thank you gift for the year to all of our channel members. Another one that's needs a little bit extra love. And I do apologize for the stream breaking up, guys. We're going to run with it for now. Like I said, I would love everything to work perfectly all the time, but it doesn't. And so if it starts bugging you, let me know. Silverface asks if they're collectible. No, these are not. Most of these are nothing special. They're not like limited editions or anything. Some of them are, I believe, discontinued. Look at that. Glue just peels right off. That's awesome. Some of these are discontinued, but most of them are still available from Victorinox. So I don't want to oversell them as, you know, something uber special. And I will warn you guys, you know, once you get your first Victorinox knife, it may start a collection. A lot of people, not Tarek, but a lot of people have a lot of these. Tarek asks what state I'm in. I am in Illinois. Good old land of Lincoln. Though he was born in Kentucky. My college roommate was from Kentucky, and he never failed to remind us Illinois boys that Lincoln was born in Kentucky. This part's not seen from the outside, so I'm not super worried about giving it a little bit of extra love in here. And that brass brush should take it the rest of the way. Maybe a little. There we go. There's something caught under the rivet cap there. Did this one need to go back in the cleaner? Yes, I think so. 2 more on the bench. I've got a bunch more in the ultrasonic cleaner, so we'll get back to those in just a second. Let's keep going. I might take a break here for some snackage. It's about that time in the day. We'll see if the, could be the camera overheating, my phone overheating rather. Hard to say what's causing the glitches. See, yeah, there was just no snap to that blade. That's indicative of the amount of grime. I thought the dental floss would be good, but there's just too many to get through to properly floss them all out. Dynamis says, "You inspired me. I'm catching up on some dishes." Perfect. From Indiana, huh? I have not spent too much time in Indiana. I think I'm not the most well-traveled person. And I don't like that. I mean, I'd like to see more. We're in a very big country here in the US, but our big family trip every year is up to Wisconsin. So not the most exciting. I like Wisconsin, don't get me wrong. That one seemed to clean up pretty good, actually. I don't feel any grittiness to it. Let me check those scissors one more time. They're snapping open, so I think that's pretty good. We'll make sure to get it nice and oiled, but as long as everything's moving properly. I miss the Rockies. Yeah. Only been out that way once, just driving through, and beautiful area. A little bit extra grit on that one. We'll just try and force that out with some oil. I would say just kind of repeated, if you're really fighting a really tough Swiss Army knife, just repeated brushings and ultrasonic cleanings should get you where you need to get if you've got access to them. We're going to do a video on that ultrasonic cleaner that I have in a few, well, it'll be a little while here. Just because I wanted to do all of this in order to get familiar with it. And now I'm pretty confident that I can recommend it for this purpose. But obviously the brushing loosens up a lot that an ultrasonic cleaner will not. But then that ultrasonic cleaner is really good at taking all that loose stuff and really getting it out of the tool. You know, I'm brushing and a lot of that stuff is staying inside of the tool. That one felt good. Let's go grab one more batch from the ultrasonic cleaner. I'm going to have a quick snack here. I will be back in about 2 minutes, and we'll see if the camera catches up with us after it gets a chance to calm down. All right, let's have some coffee too. I can't believe you guys talked me into buying that multi-tool, that charge, while we're on stream. That was impressive. I'll have to make some videos out of it. RSCC, welcome. Thank you, man. I appreciate you joining us. I'm going to try one thing here. The video is going to go down. I'll put that in the chat as well. see if things are back up to snuff. Nice thing about streaming from the computer is I can isolate different elements as long as the computer's not the problem itself. I can go in and close the app on my phone. Try and get better systems in place going forward, but you got to start somewhere. All right, this one feels pretty good actually, so that's a good sign. It's going to need a brush still, but I think I said earlier in the stream, I can't promise these are going to be in perfect condition, guys, but hopefully we can get them all what I would consider operable, so there's no functional issues with them. That's the main goal here. Starting to look pretty good. Definitely need to be sharpened up, cleaned up on that tip, but we'll see if we can get through that today. Opens, closes fine. Little grit down here. Yeah, this is the way to do it, man. With the ultrasonic cleaner into the brushing and then back. We'll call that one good. Oh, wait, that's not the... Never mind. I thought that was one I had to redo. It's not. I'm losing my mind. We're only an hour and a half into the stream, and I'm losing my mind. This is not a good sign. Oh, there's a saw in there I missed. Pretty good, not perfect. We can do better. Grab our stir sticks, nice and flat to get into those crevices. Dynamis says I'm distracted about the eBay deal. Think there's still time to cancel it, or should I follow through? Hey, you promised me it was going to be worth more than a year. Oh, the camera still sucks. We're running with it, guys. It's live television. Nothing I can do. Priority is to get these things clean. Everything else is secondary. Feels pretty good. I gotta try and get off this plastic here. I don't know if it was glued. No, it's not glued. I just broke it. All right. Well, it's softened up by the hot water for sure, so let's just pop it off with some pliers and be on our way. I can see one down here that I don't want to deal with. That guy right there looks pretty nasty. I don't know, dude. You guys, I just heard you guys say that the Year of the Monkey's out, and I went and bought it. I don't... I thought it was an old one, but I don't know. Wasn't like the last Year of the Monkey in the 90s? Or have we wrapped back around again? Maybe we've wrapped back around and it just... Oh, 2014. Okay, so they're vintage almost. Retro. I think this one's okay. Oh, there's like, looks like there's hair in there or something. Oh, I didn't expect to be grossed out today like this. How do you get hair in there? Use the brass. I got most of it. We'll use the brass brush to get any extras off. The one thing I'll say about this, there's no clean part of this process. I'll give you that. There's just varying levels of dirty. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't even see it until, like, I didn't see it when we took it apart before. This one is, oh yeah. It's like somebody put gum in the pivots. I think it's safe to say this one's going back into the ultrasonic cleaner, which just finished, so we've got our last batch there ready to go. Or our previous batch, rather. These Sturt sticks are the unexpected MVP here. I didn't realize. Really get into areas that the rest cannot. That even that thin little brush can't get into. Let's get a fresh one because that's nasty. Again, you want to keep your mouth closed. I don't need someone's 40-year-old pocket lint stuck between my teeth. There's hair in that, too. Like, you wouldn't be able to expect to be able to recognize it as hair at this point. Nobody gets grossed out by lint. But old hair. All right, this one's going back in the cleaner. Let's see how... Yeah, it's still not snappy at all. Hopefully we can get it up to snuff by the end of the stream. This is nice. It's a 3-layer. Or 4-layer. Oh, yeah. That's one thing, Tarek, that Victorinox has over Leatherman is their scissors are hard to beat. Ugh. Sorry for the gore here, guys. I think it's just the fact that I know that it's 40 years old. And it's not mine. The Surge can beat them. That's a bold claim, Tarek. Surge has great scissors. I didn't think they were as good as Victorinox's 91 millimeters, but maybe some testing's in order. The Arc has new scissors. They're not, I don't think they're as solid as the Vic scissors. Even the Surge scissors, I think, might be better than the Arcs, in my opinion. I'm going to run that through the cleaner as well. It just had a little grit left in it. So we've got 2 going back into the cleaner, and then a few coming out. We'll be right back. All right, that last batch has that water looking pretty nasty, so the Alpha scissors are not as good as the Arc scissors. I think pretty universally agreed at this point from anyone who's tested them. I don't hate them as much as many, but I don't think they're on par. Correct, Tarek. It has the same as the Free Series. Awesome. Everything's snapping shut good now on this tool. That's what I like to see. I saw some reports of the Roxxon scissors spring failing recently. Have you guys had any issues with that? I haven't had it personally happen, but I don't use my Roxxon all that often. This one may be a problem one. I'm going to drop it right back in the cleaner. We have a few problem ones. We'll let them continue to go while we clean up the rest. Finish up the rest, I should say. You just see the stuff that comes out of these. This one's moving all right, though, so we're in good shape. That's what I want to see, just that snap. As long as it snaps, it's, you know, it's working. one seems to be in good working order now. Awesome. You can see just that repeated process. So everything is now cleaned up. Let me get this package, or put all these scales together. These need to go into the ultrasonic cleaner as well. But I'm going to do that with colder water. I don't want to do hot water. I haven't figured out how to dispose of that water yet either. Huh, okay. Let's get our tools off of this. Go to a fresh surface here. And I'm going to go ahead and wipe down all of these with an oily rag. A lot of issues in the moving parts of the rock side. That's not necessarily what you want to hear on your multi-tool, but I'm going to get this rag soaked in oil here. So all the surfaces have a little bit of oil. Hopefully you guys can see that. If I stop moving, we're just going to go through each tool. I won't be able to sharpen them all, but I'm going to check right now for any issues that need to be addressed. If there's something that's damaged, see if we can regrind it and sharpen it up. So just a little bit of oil on that rag just to make sure everything is cleaned up and good to go. We'll start a new pile here of tools that are ready for scales. So this one here, you can see, got a little issue with the blade. We'll see if we can do anything about that. We're also taking off some of the excess oil here. I'm going to get so many comments about the quality of this stream. I apologize again. Without fail, there's always someone who likes to remind me that the quality is not good enough, which is fair and true, but not always helpful. All right, our problem tools have just finished on the ultrasonic cleaner. I am going to go ahead and run it again with some fresh hot water to make sure we get our best chance of getting those cleaned up fully. I'll finish this one off. Looks okay. All right, let me check those. tried to account for everything, but I did not account for how to empty the ultrasonic cleaner without a sink nearby. Mission accomplished. I appreciate that you understand my position here, Tarek. So I topped the ultrasonic cleaner up with some fresh water, hot water, and some more dish soap. This one could use a sharpening. I'm going to set, let's make another pile. Oh, didn't we have one that needed to be reground a little bit? Yes. Okay. Hey, Hector, welcome back, or welcome in. Glad you got to join us. We got plenty to go, I think. Our stream is breaking in and out a fair bit, unfortunately. I'm not sure what we can do about it, but we're just cleaning up some of these Swiss Army knives for our awesome channel members like Hector. How long's the stream been frozen for? I'm going to check something real quick here. Okay, it seems to be going. Oh, going on my end. Is it not going on your end? Merry Christmas to you as well, Hector. I apologize. Did not mean to bypass that part of your message. It looks like our stream has fully stopped. Oh, wait, no, there's my hand. Maybe it's working again. Not sure how far delayed my version of the stream is. What do you guys think about restarting the stream here and joining me over on a new stream? Maybe that'll fix the issue. I'm not sure. If you guys are... Oh, man. Oh, my voice went. If you guys are... Can't talk. You know, I don't know if the weather's been fine today. It got warm and stuff. And I don't know if it's an issue. I'm seeing the issue in my streaming software, so it's before it goes to YouTube. but I haven't found a better option yet for the streams, unfortunately. As long as the audio works, we can hang out, chat at the very least. I just can't imagine. I didn't know that was going to be an issue. All right, let's grab. There's a couple I missed here, where the corkscrews are kind of bent out of shape. So I'm going to try and set those aside as well into another pile. As for what you missed, Hector, we have just been running these Swiss Army knives. We got 25. We've been running them through the ultrasonic cleaner and brushing them out. That's about it so far. So you didn't miss anything too exciting. And I'll put out a post to our members as well, but if you guys want to email me your shipping address and just let me know you're over 18. If you are a channel member, everyone who's currently a channel member should be getting one of these Swiss Army knives. Like I said, we've got 25 at last check. We had 20 or 21 channel members. So we are running out, but... Oh, that's awesome to hear, Hector. I'm glad you're finding use for them, man. I think I mentioned before, but that's why we started carrying some of these tools, is because I use them all the time, and I wanted an easy place for you guys to find them if you needed them. You know, so things like the screwdriver bits. If you want that specific set, it's hard to get that specific set. You got to buy them individually and whatnot, or... Well, it's hard to find them individually. KC Tool is one. If you're ever in need of a screwdriver bit that we don't carry or want to check prices elsewhere, KC Tool in the U.S. is really good for having those Vera bits in different sizes available. You have to check let me know on their pricing. I don't know if it's better or not, but I've used them in the past. And they have all sorts of German tool brands, I think, is kind of their bread and butter. All of the Wera, Weha, Hotsit, all those cool tool brands. So right now, I think I said this, but just in case I didn't, I've just got an oily rag here, and we're just wiping down all of the tools, make sure we've got any excess oil off of them. They've all been pretty well oiled in the cleaning process, but cleaning up the oil and taking off any excess oil and any residue that's left behind was also trying to wipe off here. I don't think the stream... What the heck is wrong with this freaking stream? It's an audio-only podcast now, guys. Do I have it paused? I don't think so. Yeah, that's crazy. I might have to downscale the quality. Maybe that's the issue. Perhaps my computer cannot handle it. Oh, it's definitely that. Stand by, guys. Hmm. Welcome in, Josh. You made it back. Trying to see if I can change the... Oh, the camera's not even sending to my computer. Okay, now it's sending. I wonder if I can change the resolution to at least get it working again. We're going to lower the latency, or extend the latency and see if that helps. I'm just going to wave my hand in front of this camera for a minute. So my response to chat will be a little bit delayed. Oh, I'm mixing beverages here. It's not ideal. It seems like it's working. Is it working better for you guys? I just know I'm going to get blasted in the comments section on this video. People are going to be so mad at me for not having a better camera. Nothing's moving right now, so that's why you're not seeing it. I'm putting gloves on. Get back into it. And those few tools that were a problem, I am just running on repeat on that ultrasonic cleaner. It's set to 480 seconds. Which is 120 shy of 600, which means it's 2 minutes shy of 10 minutes. 8 minutes. We got there. All right. The camera, the stream should now be moving by the time you're hearing this, because I think I fixed it. So there's two things I just changed. One is I stopped streaming it, like watching the stream on my laptop. And one is I changed the latency to be normal. That's going to mean that I'm seeing your guys' comments a little bit later. So do keep that in mind. But if it stops those friggin' glitches, I will be ecstatic. I don't know why I'm pulling it here. Here's all of our tools. There's 3 in the cleaner right now. We're just going to wipe these guys down. And then we can start, I guess we can put scales on these, or we can start trying to fix the few tools that have actual damage. I guess I'll leave that up to you guys if you have a preference here. See the kind of milky color. That was repeated batches of the ultrasonic cleaner. The water just got milkier. So like here's a blade. We're definitely going to sharpen that. Maybe try and regrind it slightly if we can get that to work. I'm trying to catch all of the defects at this point so I can put them in the appropriate pile to be dealt with. The main issues I'm seeing, I think this is probably common in Swiss Army knives, is that the blades are dull. These blades do dull faster, and then they get, if they're sharpened, they can be, if they're not sharpened properly, they can take on an odd shape. And then the other one is the corkscrews being bent, which would indicate perhaps using them as a to untie knots, things like that. So we're going to try and fix those issues up for you guys. In addition to getting them cleaned up, we've got some fresh scales to go on. Perry, welcome in. Some fresh scales. Oop, a little bit of grime we missed. Looks like that's going to come off okay. Excelente. Tarek not missing a single opportunity to bash Victorinox. You're not wrong, though. They are very soft blades. I don't expect this to take very long to sharpen those couple up. I've got a Dremel with a sanding disc in case we need to clean up the grind at all. But mostly, we're going to use that new Work Sharp sharpener. To members, that video should be out now, so I think that corkscrew was not bent. A couple of things we're going to try here, but it's nice to have these finally coming along here. Here's another one that blade definitely needs to be cleaned up. It won't be perfect. I can't promise that. We've got too many to go through in too little time, but should be able to get these operational for y'all. I underestimated by a lot how long it would take just to clean these, just to wipe them down even. Just this part of the process with as many tools as there are to open and close. No, Hector, these are going to you. You guys. I'm sorry, I'll repeat this for anyone who's joined since the beginning. These are gifts to our channel members. We got 25 of them. We got 20 channel members right now. So each one of our current channel members is getting one of these Victorinox Swiss Army knives sent out to you. So one of these, Hector, is yours. We're going to pick them. We're just going to grab them at random, so I don't know which one. But these are going to y'all. Ooh, that one, I don't know if I can sharpen this, but we can try and touch up. I don't know if you can see the dings in that awl. We'll try and touch that up. I'm going to put that in a third pile so I can keep track of it. This blade could probably use a sharpen. Yeah, Hector, this is the member appreciation stream. So this is for y'all. And I said earlier, I went over budget. That's okay, you know. I do that on Christmas gifts too, so. I can't promise this every year. I can't promise that we're going to be able to keep this up, but we've got 25 knives and 20 or 21 channel members right now. And that means if you're watching and you're not a channel member, here's my little pitch. You can become a channel member right now, and you'll get one of these Swiss Army knives. So, time is running out. I'll put up a 30-minute warning when we're wrapping up the stream, but right now, you've got time. 99 cents a month. And you get access to, for those that are watching after the fact too, we're going to put this stream out. You'll get access to all of our members only content, which is our Tuesday live stream is members only. We do our Mod Monday videos there. We shoot them, and then our members can watch live and join in with a little Q&A at the end. And as of last week, all of our videos are going live to members as soon as they are uploaded. So our current members are getting, about 4 weeks of content out right now. before it releases to the rest of our subscribers. All right. I think that's all of them wiped down except the ones that are in the ultrasonic cleaner, and right on cue, the ultrasonic cleaner cut out. So we are moving on. Oh, they're hot. They're quite hot. I'm not going to run. I've got the scales to go into the ultrasonic cleaner as well, the ones that came off of these. So I'm not going to run those just yet. Because I need to get these, well, I need the water to cool off a bit before I put those in. Victorinox were 1950. I'm not sure I understand the question, Dynamis, if that is directed at me. They're just, we have 25 of them. They're all random. They're all random different Victorinox knives. If I'm understanding your question correctly, and I do apologize if I'm not, these are just a bunch of Victorinox knives I got off eBay to send to you guys. There's quite a few different styles in here. I would say most of them are if I can find one, 2-layer knives, can opener, bottle opener, 2 blades, and then the corkscrew and the awl. And I don't remember if that's the camper or a different version. I would say the vast majority of them are those. There are certainly some other ones included in here as well. Oh, you're good. You're good. I do apologize for this. When I'm seeing comments come in a minute or two after I'm speaking, because your stream is delayed, and so I don't even, like, half the time I don't remember what I said 2 minutes ago. So that is perhaps part of the confusion. But if you are a channel member, I'll say again, so I don't forget anything, go ahead and send me an email. You can take a screenshot of this. Is my email address, zach@multipartstore.com. You can send me an email, make the subject line member gift or something like that so I know what it's about. And once you do that, let me know also that you're over 18, if you are, and that you and send me your shipping address. And that way I can get these out to all of our channel members. I'll say again, because I always like to say this, you're not going to get asked to pay anything. So I don't want anyone to get scammed off of this type of thing. So anyone asking for financial details, anything like that, is not me. If you are outside of the U.S., we can try and figure out another option. I'm going to look at shipping prices first, and if it's too expensive to get it to you or there are restrictions, we can look at alternatives that are commensurate, because I don't want you to be left out. And if you're not over 18, we can figure something out as well. It's gotta be random. I can't pick favorites, Tarek. I can't. If I start doing that, I'm gonna have to figure out which one all 20 of you are getting. Hector, you don't know how funny that was, like how much that made me laugh. Hector sent me, I don't remember the exact name of the document, but he sent indisputable proof that he is in fact over 18 when he won our recent members giveaway. All right, that one looks good. Again, just wiping these down. They've been thoroughly oiled now. Oh, wait. I don't know if I checked the... Okay, I think everything's good. I wanted to, yes, this is the one. That is a little extra gnarly. Send a redacted version of your green card. You guys don't. I just need you to tell me that you're over 18. I'm gonna get people's social security cards and birth certificates now that I don't need. This one's a little bit tarnished. We'll go with the brass brush and just see if it takes anything extra off. These, like I said, they're not going to be perfect. We don't have the time. You know, some of these parts may need to be replaced. I think Hector might be the nicest person on the internet. And it's not even, like, I'm not even joking. I think our community's awesome. Like, we don't have a whole lot of buttheads on our channel. They're out there, but I appreciate Hector's enthusiasm for sure. And you don't see, I mean, legitimately, you don't see that too often on the internet, right? You know, ever. You never have, but yeah, we are coming right up to the wire here for Christmas. Hope you guys have got your Christmas shopping done. I usually tackle that pretty early in the season. I've been on 24/7 Christmas music in the car for about a month. Depends on the year, but some years I'm just ready in the mood for Christmas, and I'll start blasting that November 1st. Which I'm sure some people will scoff at. That's all right. The way I look at it, if you can have a good time, if you can make people happy, make yourself happy, screw it. Why not? All right, this is one of those crazy ones, but I think it is getting pretty good here. We're going to slowly close these tools. I want to hear them snap. See, that one's still not snapping. There may not be much I can do about this without just spending hours on it. Just try and clean up each component as much as possible. As long as it's, I mean, so that small blade didn't snap, but Mr. Tag Attack, welcome in. On one hand, you've missed a lot, and on the other, you've missed nothing. Shopping for cooking for Christmas earlier. You know, I wondered, we get a really good audience on like our Wednesday streams. And so I was very curious what was going to be on our Sunday or our Saturday stream. I think we might get more during the week, which is fine. That's still when we're going to be streaming most of the time, but this is our first Saturday stream, so I was like very curious to see what was going to happen. It's not snapping shut. It is closing and like holding shut okay. I think as long as it's doing that, everything's kind of cleaned up. I think we'll be okay here. You know, whoever gets this tool is going to get more, is going to get a bigger tool. I'll send Tarek the worst one. Okay. A Festivus mirror. That's a, oh, don't get me started on the Seinfeld stuff. Hold on, I got lost. I need to check something. This is the one. Okay. Does that need a blade sharpened? Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. Free P2, Tegatech's free P2 from Amazon is finally out for delivery. Excellent. Excellent. I did get your package as well, so thank you for that. And I got some news. If you guys need or are looking for a P2, let me find out if this is still available for you. Hold on one second. It's not anywhere near the deal that you got on Black Friday, but if I can open up my email, and hopefully our stream doesn't go haywire in the meantime, let me pull up imprintlogo.com. Yes, imprintlogo.com. This is exclusive for our stream viewers today. I was able to get one free P2 after they sold out. They're a company that does laser engraving, but you can get a sample, which is one unit, and it was like what did it cost? The sample was $145 for the free P2. And it's still showing in stock. So imprintlogo.com. I did get mine. I couldn't believe it. It was sealed in the box. The samples could theoretically have, laser engraving on them. But mine came new in box. They also are showing the free P4 for $168. So you're able to get one sample per person. And I'm guessing they just have a big stock of these to sell, in bulk to people for like job, gifts and stuff. If you wanted to go crazy, you could buy them blank, but a minimum order of 12 for $173 each. So imprintlogo.com. That's just for stream viewers. I guess I could post it later, but Amazon's showing 2 free P2s available. Oh, God. The Gerber... Dude, have you seen the last couple Gerber trusses I took apart? They came apart with no problems. It makes no sense. I don't know what I'm doing differently. Dynamis got 2 P2s on Black Friday. Excellent. No, I didn't grab any P2s, but I have a P2. Wait, I think I have P2s. I've got some unopened stuff. So I got a P2. This is a black Surge, and I don't know why I have it. And then Tegatech was kind enough to help me get a P4. And then one of these is... So they have 2 P4s. I have a P2 in here, and then I have one reference. I try and keep like one in box just to have. But Dynamis, that's a good idea. If everyone just goes in on some P4s together. Like, I've had opportunities to pick up tools to resell. I've always turned them down because I know how our community feels about scalping. And like, even if I can get 12 of them and then I resell them, like if I sell them for retail, they're going to disappear. It's pointless. And if I sell them over retail, it's going to be scalping. And so I've just stayed away from that. I like to grab a few for my collection, for reference and things like that when they're going out of stock. But I try very hard not to overbuy, even though the temptation is I want to just buy them all and have them all. Matt Always Learning is dying for a P4. Dude, go to imprintlogo.com. They're showing them in stock right now. It's $173 or something if you buy it for a sample. And it might have engraving on it. That would be the only thing, but it might not. Mine didn't. It's sealed in the box. So you're paying $25 premium versus eBay and paying $600. While those last, that would be my go-to. I was surprised that it showed up, to be honest, but it did. So Dynamis, it's let me pull it back up. I forgot already. For the P2, you got to order 12. There's no discount. They're $149.50, and you got to order 12, unless you get the sample and you can buy one, but it's like one per person because it's a sample for $145 for the P2. So you can get the P2 for $145 right now, imprintlogo.com. The P4 on Imprint Logo, and I haven't bought this, but they're showing it as available, is $168 for the sample. So if you just need one, I mean, if you want, but it's actually cheaper to get the sample. If you buy 12, you can get them for $173 blank. But you're limited to one sample per person, I assume. They say max one sample. They're randomly selected. Colors cannot be selected or guaranteed. Samples may include a random imprint. No free shipping. Samples will not include your logo. But they shipped me a P2 in box. So for $148, I think. $145. So if you're looking, that's the place to go right now. Need to get out of, okay, I think I'm good. Oh no, I've got my email. I'm trying to close out of all my tabs and stuff because I'm worried that was slowing down the stream. Tarek has a bunch of Victorinox Swiss tool and spirits. We're dying together for free P4. There's one in Australia for very good, in a very good shape on eBay. Awesome. Like, yeah, it doesn't, I mean, I don't know. Unless you're going to buy a bunch and resell them. They're a little, but they're still so much cheaper than eBay. All right, so I've got 3 here that have the can openers bent out of shape. I don't know if you can see that. So let's start trying to fix these. What I've got is a piece of steel pipe. And I think this is like 8mm inner diameter. I can't remember. I mean, it's a standard size. I don't remember the name or the size of it, but we can take. This fits right over the can opener, and hopefully we can bend that back into shape. So I'm gonna go down like this, and I'm just gonna slowly give it some guff, and hopefully, actually, that worked out quite well. We can bend this back into shape okay. So now it's sitting in line. It might be a little bit, it might not be pressed down as much, but that's good enough for me. Dynamis says arc scales and save money. Absolutely. I mean, you could buy the arc scales. Yeah, it would be way cheaper. You could buy the arc scales from us at multipartstore.com. We want to be careful here as we bend this. We are putting outward pressure on that little rivet there. We don't want to we don't want to pop that rivet or anything because then we're really going to have trouble. But I'm just trying to get these closer to in shape. I don't know how to bend it down. That's interesting. I might have to grip this with some pliers. Let me grab some pliers. If only I had a toolbox full of pliers sitting right next to me. I'm just going to grip here and bend against that. Oh, yeah. I think it's going. You can see how out of shape this one is. So, and we also got to be careful we don't, like, snap the corkscrew off because Let's see. It's a lot better. It needs to bend in, so we can bend it against the rivet like that. There we go. Hey, that's easy. We should clip that. Do a video just on that, because I mean, 3 of these had corkscrews problems. This one needs to be bent down as well, or primarily. So I'm just going to grip. I got my surge here. Should probably grab a saw, honestly. I don't know if I have one in the room. Actually, I know I do. Hold on. Let's grab a saw. Let's take advantage of that compound leverage. It's not something I get to use too much all the time. I'm seeing some grime in here, and we're going to clean up in just a second here. A little better, not quite there. Let me grab my brush before I forget. Like I said, these aren't going to be in perfect shape. I can't do a full, I can't go crazy on every single one, but. So I'm just gripping the kind of tang of that corkscrew and going against that pipe. And hopefully we're going to get a little bit of that bend out of it. Excellent. Look at that. So we want to bend it in a little bit. And for that, I'm just using the frame itself. We're just going to bend against it just a little bit. There we go. So that's where it sits naturally now. That's close enough for me. Hopefully it's close enough for y'all. Okay. Now we've got some blades to fix up. Let me find, there was one with the blades were fine and the, oh no, it's over here. This one. Let me see what I can do here. Should have some sharpening stuff on hand. So I want to fix the awl on this guy. Oh, the corkscrew as well. Let's do that first. I'm trying to spot all the problems at this point. I'm trying to get these into shape now, because we're going to start putting these back together. Okay. Now I believe this one is the one with the awl that had a problem. Yeah, you can see, hopefully you can see that awl is a little bit out of shape. I'm just going to hit this with a stone. Try and match that angle. We're just going to try and clean it up. I'm not going to go crazy here. This is just a diamond stone off of, I think it's a Lansky sharpening set. I can only do, I don't have the tools to probably to do this perfectly, but hopefully we can at least get an edge put back on there. Just trying to rotate and find that angle. If you've been following, you know my sharpening skills are not great. But that seems, it's at least biting into my nail, so I think we're good there. So let's set that one into the pile. We've got, here's our pile of finished knives, or ready to assemble knives. So we've just got these 5, and we need to do some blade sharpening on them. So, let's grab out that Work Sharp Precision Adjust Sharpening System. Members have seen this already. The video is out where we sharpened up an Ozark Grail, one of their kind of Benchmade bug-out style knives. So let's get this sharpening system put together, and we'll see if we can get these knives sharpened up for y'all. And I've got the expansion kit now. We showed in a recent video as well. So we've got a few extra pieces here. There's going to be a few steps in this process, but let's dive in. So, like this knife, is pretty good. We're just going to go one knife at a time, I guess. The issue is it does not seat fully. And I've seen that on a couple of Victorinox knives. Let's see if we can get it clamped in tightly. Hector, no problem, man. Get that cheddar. We'll see you soon. Happy Christmas. So this one, we're going to start all the way up at 220 because I haven't tried the 220 yet. I've got it at 20 degrees. I'm sure that that's not exactly what it is. And again, can't go through the whole process here. We're going to get them cleaned up as best we can, as quickly as we can. Actually, you know what? Some of you will cringe, but I have had, because we have so many, what time is it? 4:45. We started at 2. We are, I think we're going to do this a little differently for speed. I'm gonna pivot here. We might come back to this, but I have got this Ready Edge 40-degree sharpener. It's a pull-through sharpener, and I've actually had really decent results with it. I wouldn't say good results. It's not going to be the same as sharpening properly with stones, but it'll get them whipped into shape really, really quickly. It's a carbide edge set at, 20 degrees effectively. And so this will pull through. Not for school knives. Yeah, it's a little tricky, Tarek. You're right. It'll work, I think. I don't know if I've sharpened any Swiss Army knives on it, but I wanted to make them nice for you guys, you know? So pulling that through, we are now tacky. Let's make sure we get that tip nice and cleaned up. Let's see if it shaves. Yeah, I can't get these shaving sharp. Let's try some paper. Oh, I don't want to. Hold on one second. Pull the whole stack down on my head. That was the worst knife demo of all time. Here. That's too much paper to deal with on camera. Okay. So here it is, just off the Ready Edge. Yeah. It's an okay edge. It's not a good edge. You can see it's not even, once it bites, it's okay. But we'll get them all to that point, and then we'll see if we can sharpen them up further. But that's just a very quick way to get a working edge. You see this one is wildly sharpened. But that's okay. I'm going to do this just off the edge of the table here, so I do apologize. We're going to be out of frame. But it's literally just pull through gently. You don't need a lot of pressure. And it doesn't take long. I'll have to check that out, Tarek, because I do a fair few of these. I forgot. I did sharpen a 58 millimeter knife on there, but it's very precarious. And it's obviously not as repeatable unless you use an angle finder to set your angle. So I'm just going to pull until I feel steady resistance on here. It's obviously going to take longer with some of these edges being inconsistent. But nice tacky edge all the way along. That's a good start. I'm going to set these ones aside still in case we want to go back through. And we'll keep working on these. At the very least, any chips, anything like that will get worked out on these. You're going to remove a lot of material with something like this. Don't really recommend it for most sharpenings. But I've got 25 knives to do in 4 hours, so I hope you all will forgive me. Looks like somebody bent the tip on this knife, which is unfortunate. Yes, Tarek, you can hit the holder with your stones, absolutely. I managed to do it without taking, I mean, I think I hit it once or twice and then reset it with that 58 millimeter. With something like this, it should be doable, but it's definitely precarious. And like I showed in the video on it, I like to put the knife all the way back into the holder so that it seats the same way each time. You can't do that with a smaller knife. But we're at least going to get these. That one's already pretty good, so we'll leave that one. I just want to make sure that these are functioning when you guys get them. Again, that one's okay. The small blades tend to be okay on a lot of these. The factory edge on a P2 that Dynamis opened was pretty bad. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, like this, I used to be very impressed with Leatherman's grinds. Like the Surge that I bought a long time ago was the sharpest knife I had ever had out of the box. I don't know if that's declined or if my ability to perceive a good edge has increased. But I think pretty much any knife that I'm going to carry regularly, I like to put my own edge on it just to make sure it's at the bevel I like, the angle I like, and that I can repeat it, because especially using something like the Work Sharp, I have trouble finding the bevel angle on a knife. But with that, the way that I use it, I can at least repeat that edge over time. And as I said before, the most important thing to me on a knife, sharpness-wise, is that it can cut paper because it looks cool on YouTube. The edge might not last long, but it doesn't matter because it's a YouTube video. And all I have to be able to do is cut paper on it. But with that Work Sharp, I have been able to, with every knife I've sharpened, and I've sharpened a decent range of knives, mostly kitchen knives actually, but several EDC folders. Every single one has been shaving sharp at the end, except maybe the 58 millimeter, but every other one has been shaving sharp by the end. And the fact that I can do that consistently is huge. All right. Oh, wait. Did I do the small blade on that? I don't believe I needed to. Which one did I set down last? Okay. Small blades are all good. All right. So those are all at least sharpened. I think we should start putting them together. And if there's time, we can do some additional stuff. Let me pull up really quickly here and see if we have any new channel members, because I am going to start the timer, I think. I need to put the scales in the thing as well. So hold on 1 minute. So Don Chino is our last channel member. Again, thank you for joining today, Don, if you're still with us. So I've got all the used scales in the ultrasonic cleaner now. Let me hit. The countdown has begun. There is 30 minutes left to become a channel member. If you're not a channel member, I know a lot of people in the stream already are, and so you are eligible to grab one of these Swiss Army knives. But if you want to get one of these, once they're finished, now's the time. So, let's open the box of scales. A lot of these are OEM scales from tools that I have disassembled. That's all these, so they're fresh. And then I did pick up some 3D printed scales as well. I don't know the seller. They're pretty decent quality. FDM printed, but still fairly nice. And they are the plus scales. So let's grab all of these out. So it's going to be a random assemblage of scales. Some of them are going to be the original scales that came off of the tools that are in the cleaner right now. But again, just going to be kind of random. So let's start grabbing these knives and assembling them correctly. I do have some epoxy if we need it, but I don't. Doesn't seem like that's going to be necessary. Let me grab the good old Bessie bench vise. This is the best way to put on Victorinox scales, is with a vise like this with the padded jaws. So we're just going to put our scales in place, slip this into our bench vise, make sure everything's aligned, and we'll clamp it down with that. That's going to apply consistent, even pressure. And once it's bottomed out, you can see the edges are still proud or sitting high. So we'll try and focus on that edge and just work our way down. So hopefully these 3D printed scales will clip into place without any issues. We don't need to do any extra work or add any epoxy. I'm just going to hold that, continue to apply pressure. Actually, I'm going to lower this down. It's a little deceptive because the padded scales add some height. I want that pressure directly over the pins. So at least it's seated. It's not fully on that side, but that's all right. Let's do this side now. That's kind of, yeah, that kind of works. A little scuff from the scale, or from the bench vise, but I think we're good. Let's test it out. All right, let's clamp it down again, and then we'll put on some, I'm just going to double clamp this, make sure it's fully seated. You can see a little bit of light through one side or the other, so this will help. Probably a little bit in the middle as well. We did not. There we go. From my angle, at least, you can watch that close up. Yeah, those are pretty decent little scales. Okay, I dig it. I've got a box of accessories here as well. I'm not sure if everything's going to get all of the accessories, but I do have a box full of them. So here's some scissor springs. I think I meant to buy one, and I bought 100. Or 5, and I bought 50. And let's see, yes, these scales do have, they are proper plus scales. So they do have the pin slot. Let's see if it holds a pin okay. Oh yeah, excellent. Yeah, that works perfect. So that pin's in there. Let's grab a toothpick. And again, I don't, these toothpicks and tweezers have come out of our stash, so they're not used. Maybe give them a wash when you get home. And we got plenty of pens as well. So each of these 3D printed scales, at least, will get a pen. Excellent. So there is the first knife off of the bench. I guess I'm just going to set that aside. Let's start a box. Holy crap, I can see the end in sight. This is crazy. Again, if you're a channel member, before that timer counts down, make sure to email me, Zach@multipartstore.com. You can screenshot this now and make the subject member gift. Let me know so I can make sure you get your member gift. Let's grab another one. I'm just grabbing these at random. Got plenty of scales, I hope. I'm going to flip this around just so I can right hand this. We're just going to go from one end to the other. Actually, I'm going to tilt it just so I can see it a little better as well. I see a lot of people gluing their scales on, and I just really like to avoid that at all costs. Obviously, if you just are repairing your knife, great, but I prefer them to be press fit, and these are, so that's awesome. A little bit of rubber on here. Apologize. Does look like it'll wipe off. Oh, I forgot the accessories. There we go. Toothpick and tweezers. Oh, I was going to sign them. Should I sign these underneath the scales, guys? I'm not going to pop these two off, so you won't know who got which one, but should I sign them under the scales? Seriously? Uh-oh. Okay, that dropped. This one didn't get pressed down all the way. I think that's better. I am just going to get a little oil on this rag. Yeah, just to clean up that black marks from the vise. Awesome. Sounds like our ultrasonic cleaner is done as well, so we'll have some more very soon. Or some more scales. I've been pretty impressed with the 3D printed scales. There's a lot of and I could find the seller of these. These were on eBay. They were the cheapest ones I could find, actually, because I needed so many. But the fact that they are pop fit, that they are snap fit, and the finish on a lot of these is better than I expected. I know with the aluminum or the metal scales, sometimes you have to glue them in place, and I get that. But you saw some of the ones that came off and had epoxy on them, and it's just not my favorite look. rather have it be a good fit out of the box. There we go. And at this stage, we're using oil to clean it up because we don't want to introduce any degreaser here. Because we want to keep them nice and oiled. JT, never owned a Swiss Army knife. I've had multi-tools, but never a Victorinox. Well, welcome in. We've got 25 Victorinoxes right now going out to channel members today. Oh, we've got a little bit of a gap here. I'm just going to give that an extra press in the center. Hopefully take that gap out. If you ask some of our channel viewers, they'll recommend Victorinox knives. If you ask Tarek, he will tell you to stay away, I think. Excellent. Yeah, again, I don't know if I have enough key rings for all of these, so I do apologize, but I think I think you guys will forgive me for that. Couple more scales here. God, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's crazy. I didn't think we were going to... I had my doubts, guys. I had my doubts that we were going to finish this stream. And we even got the video working properly. It's crazy. Appreciate all of those who stuck it out. And all of those who couldn't. And all of our subscribers. We have a subscriber giveaway going on right now. If you check that video, we're drawing the winner on... I think it's New Year's Eve, actually. I think it's week after, or week after next. But our Wednesday live stream will draw the winner for the Best Techman Good Boy Jr. pocket knife, as well as the Flightanium, I think it's the Firefly. We got a video up on that now, if you want to check it out. And that's going to a subscriber, so you don't even have to be a member. That's in honor of reaching 2,500 subs. Oh, I should talk a little bit about that. It was June because I was at Blade Show. I was prepping for Blade Show, and we hit 1,000 subscribers, and I was like, oh my God, we can monetize the channel. This is crazy. Shot a bunch of content at Blade Show that nobody cared about, and suddenly by December of this year, we have hit 2,500 subscribers. And that, I mean, I don't even know if we had 500 subscribers at the start of the year. It was probably close. And now we're at 2,500. It's crazy. So I can't understate how appreciative I am of all y'all. Where'd that one come from? I've got 2 corkscrew sides there. Let's swap that out. Okay. Here we go. I'm also impressed, surprised, elated that of all the Swiss Army knives we did, they all seem to be in working condition at the end. which was not a guarantee. We pulled one or two ahead of time that had like a fully snapped off part. Douglas, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Douglas. Douglas had his car broken into and his Swiss Army knife and his Bible stolen and your toolbox. Very sorry to hear that. While I've got these scissor models, I want to remember to add some springs in here. Some of them don't have springs. Some of them have some janky springs. So we'll grab those. And let's hope that I got the right springs, because these look small. Are these too small? You gotta be kidding me. Are they all too small? Uh-oh. I swear, I ordered large springs and nothing else, and I only ordered like 5 of them, and I've ended up with a bunch of small springs. Okay, we'll add springs to those before we send them out. If I forget, send me an email. I'll send you some springs. That's unfortunate. So, go away, springs. That knife can go in there. Let's keep going. Let's keep rocking and rolling. Again, I'm just grabbing random... Yeah, those are for the Classic. I didn't think I ordered them for the Classic, but apparently I did. I dropped a pin earlier. I want to try and find it. No way. I found it. Quickly. Can't believe it. Let's add in the scales. And again, I'm just grabbing random, random scales for random knives. Not really looking at it right now. You guys can always customize your own Swiss Army knife, if you're so inclined. I think now that our OEM scales are finished running in the ultrasonic cleaner, I'm going to switch over to do a few of those because I don't want them to go to waste. Oh, thank you for the jewels, Douglas. Let me grab those real quick. I'll be right back. So we've got some, I'm going to transfer these because there's too much water on this. Transfer these over. Let's get those dried off. And we're going to dry them with a little bit of oil, not too much. I know that sounds counterintuitive. JT, thank you for becoming a member. That means you're going to get sent one of these Swiss Army knives. I just need you to, and I'll say this again for anyone, we got 11 minutes left before we close entries. You need to email me, zach@multipartstore.com. You can screenshot this if you'd like and make the subject member gift or something like that. And we will send you, we need you to verify you're over 18 and your shipping address. If you're outside of the U.S., we will try and figure out what we can do to get you either send it to you or get you something similar sent out your way. And I always try and say whenever we're talking about gifts and giveaways and things like that, we won't ask for any financial details or anything of the sort. Please do not provide those to anyone trying to fool you on the internet, because there are too many scams going around right now. And always and forever, but certainly right now as well. I'm just wiping these down. Some of them may need a brush, but just want to get the water off of them because I don't want to put a wet frame up against the aluminum scales or spacers. And we have 25 Swiss Army knives. I think that puts us at 22 members right now. So we do have a couple more. They're going to be grabbed at random and passed out to y'all. But they should all be in functioning condition now that we've got them all cleaned up and whatnot. Let's grab some things here. I got a couple of, let's see. There's an oddball. I think this is the oddball. Yes. Those are the Venger scales, so we'll set those aside. And then this is the 84 millimeter size, so we'll set that aside as well. We'll just grab some regular scales here. Try and figure out what matches up. Let me lay these out. We'll start matching them up because these are all sort of, so those two definitely go together. They've got the same writing on them. I don't know if you can, you guys can't see that, can you? I forget that you're inside of a camera on the internet, so we'll match those two up together. Let's see. These two look similarly worn. We might have time to try and polish some of these scales. It's not something I'm fully comfortable doing yet, so it'll be a bit of an experiment. But wait a minute. Those are 84 millimeter scales. So what do I have over here? That's the Venger, for sure. Oh, I've got two of the same. Hey, here we go. So we're going to do these two together, and we'll do these two. So it sounds like there's 3 84 millimeter knives in here. Sounds like? It looks like. That's a fresh scale that we have from our bin, and it looks like these two and these two are going to go together. So let's move these out of the way, get that bench vise back, and continue the process. Again, random knives, not thinking too much about it. Of course, I grabbed an 84 millimeter right off the bat, so they're not going to be completely random. We are going to put the 84 millimeter scales on the 84 millimeter knives. And let's see if we can pop these back together. We didn't do it in hot water, so they shouldn't be too soft, I hope. But it was warm. And these snap in just so nicely. You can definitely, there's a lot of talk about best practices. If you're gentle with removing the scales, they should pop on and off a few times without any issues whatsoever. And I don't know about the availability of 84 millimeter scales, but certainly you can get replacements for the larger scales, the 91 millimeter, very readily from all sorts of suppliers. I assume this is the same size toothpick and tweezers here. Yeah, it does look like it. And it has a pin slot. I don't know if I have enough pins, though. So we're going to leave the pin out of this one for now. If I have extra pins, we'll go through and see. Just have a limited supply here. I happened to grab the Venger knife next, so this is going to also be a bit of a learning experience. I've never replaced the Venger scales, but you can see they've got quite a bit different situation. I actually kind of like that for user repairability and whatnot. You don't need to, those brass rivet caps are a little difficult to come by. I'm just going to press in a few different places and make sure we don't have any gaps, and that should tell us that we are fully seated. The Venger scales also seem to overlay the liners. I'll show you here in just a second. So a little bit different, at least on this particular knife. Looks pretty good. A little gap down here. We'll try and compress out of it. That looks great. So you can see that this scale here kind of lays over the liner a little bit. It does look like it's fully seated though. Let's make sure. A little extra pressure. Yeah, it just springs back. Okay, nice little Venger knife here. This one does not have any tool slots, so that's easy peasy. Grab another one. This one is Timothy's knife. Timothy, if you're watching, thank you for your donation. It wasn't directly donated. It was by way of eBay. But yeah, these Celador scales is the material that Victorinox uses, and they have their pros and cons, but they are machined very nicely in whatever method they use. Yes, correct, Tark. I didn't know if the 84 millimeter used the smaller size toothpick was my my hesitation there, because we have a different size for the 58 millimeters, but I think that's the only size that uses that 58 millimeter size toothpick and tweezers. Awesome. Tim, welcome in, my guy. Wait, you're not... Wait a minute. You're not this Tim, are you? Tim Jacob, MD? That would be wild. The entries are closing in 3 minutes, 53 seconds, guys. So make sure to become a channel member before then if you want to get one of these Swiss Army knives. There's a little residue on here, but it does look like it came off. This one is Schoss's knife. So I hope some of you guys are okay with these reclaimed scales. They, I think it seems it's part of the heritage of the knife. So I don't want to yank them off and throw them away. But like I said, you can always replace the scales on your Swiss Army knife. You know what, though? Let me see if I can clean that off. Where's my brush? Yeah, I just need a little brushing. Well, yep, looks good. Little Timmy's perfect for Christmas, absolutely. It didn't say Lil Timmy, but the man's a doctor, after all. I've also got these blue ones. Oh, I wanted to fix these up a little, though. How do I want to? That's one we're going to set aside. So I've grabbed a knife. We're going to pair it with that. I'm going to set it aside, and we'll keep on rocking and rolling. Should have Stogie's knife here next. Oh, no, that's an 84. This will be Goo's knife. And sometimes they just snap on by hand. I don't know. I guess I should have tried that sooner, but the 3D printed ones are a bit tighter. For better or worse. That's a nice little compact knife. It's got the combination tool here. Excellent. Tweezers and toothpick. Don't forget. Hope you guys do get a lot of use out of these. They are, you know, like I said, they're not going to be perfect. But I figure kind of like rehoming the knives, giving them new life from a new user. I think that's a worthy endeavor. I hope so, Tark. I hope you guys can sell these for a lot of money someday. I hope my YouTube channel becomes that big. Oh, I do have... Oh, no, there's no pair for the Luke knife. I don't think. So the Luke scale is going to have to go away. No apologies necessary, Tarek. JT, I think you'll find that this crew is a pretty welcoming bunch. It surprises me sometimes even that the kindness in this this particular community. Am I sliding out of camera? I mean, you got to consider a lot of these people sat here and watched while the video glitched out for like a full hour, and we're happy to do so. The membership button is glitching, says recurring. I am sorry to hear that, Douglas. We did just end. If you do manage to get that working, it's not something that we control. If you manage to get that working, leave a comment or send me an email, and we'll make sure we get you included, because I know you were here on the stream. I'll actually make a note of that in just a moment so I don't forget. I don't want you to get left out because of a glitch on YouTube. But that is the end of the drive, so give me a second here. There we go. That one was stubborn. But it's better that it's stubborn going on, because that means it'll be stubborn coming off. It won't be an issue, I hope, for you guys. Let's see. Actually, Douglas, here's what I'm going to do. Because you did a gift earlier. I'm just gonna add you to the list manually. You won't have the membership. Let's see. I'm just going to do that for you because I don't want you left out because of a glitch on YouTube. I know stuff like that happens sometimes. So what I need you guys to do, everyone who is a member of the channel, I'll read the whole list right now. And we'll put out a post to members. So Douglas, if you can catch this part, let me know if once you. I'm going to give some instructions here, and since you won't be a channel member yet, keep an eye. Like I'm gonna read this to you right now. If you are on the following list of channel members, I need you to send me an email to zach@multipartsstore.com. It's the same as my YouTube username without the spaces and added .com. And let me know you're over 18. Let me know your shipping address. If you're outside of the U.S., we'll figure something out. Otherwise, I won't ask for any financial details or any payment of any sort, so don't provide that to anyone. I'm going to read the members list, the official members list as of right now, including Douglas. We've also got JT533, Don Chino AZ, VJoker53, RSCC565, Josh Linday 4510, Dynamis137, Cat Scratch Knives, Henro 2808, Chief Owithu, sorry for butchering that, Matt Always Learning, Thomas EDC Gates, NJ2656, Forestral, Hector VX5YC, Tarek Madorf, Les Hansen 459, Justin Grover 4030, Nolan H9659, Chuck Marsh 7780, Samson CJ, Shadow Slayer 029, and Tega Tech. That is all of our members. Thank you guys so much for being members. We're going to continue streaming here for a little bit longer, but if you are on that list and need to send me a please send me an email. Douglas, let me know if you got this email written down so you can send me an email so we can be in touch and I can make sure that you get included on that gift. If you're able to figure out the membership glitch or get past that, rather let me know. Hope you can join us as a channel member in the future. But let me know, Douglas, once you've got that information so I can sleep easy. I don't want you to get left out. Tarek, man, that's up to you. I'm not going to make you email me. I know you don't want a Victorinox Swiss Army knife for free, but you're welcome to. We'll figure something out, you know. Send me an email if you are so inclined. Again, Douglas, let me know. I want to make sure you get that. We're going to put instructions in a members only post. I don't want to blast the whole audience with that. So if you can, let me know, Douglas, once you've sent me an email in this chat, or if you can at least write that down and let me know you've got the info you need. That would make me... Okay, awesome. Thank you, Douglas. Gosh, yeah, I get nervous about that stuff, you know, technical glitches, and then somebody gets left out. Don't want that to happen. Catching up on chat. Sounds like Tarek's out. Maybe for a Garage 5. Hey, that thing ain't leaving my sight. My Garage 5. Let's see. I think we're okay. I think we've got it right. I think we're caught up on chat. Just a few more knives to assemble here. And then we'll be in real good shape. Okay, that one's attached now. We've got a pen in place. Let's grab a pin. Okay, not everyone's going to come with all of the accessories, but we're trying to include as many as we can here. I think they should all come with... The only exception would be the pin. I think we have enough pens for everybody. And I'm sure through the compression of YouTube that sounded clear as mud. 1,100 euros for a Garage 5. That's crazy. Oh boy. Are we running? No, we're not running out of scales. Look. Let's do some more OEM scales. I forgot that these were sitting over here the whole time. We've got a couple of these ruby red ones, which are really nice. So let's do a couple of those. Those OEM scales just pop on so easy. Yeah, Dynamis, I'll and I can respond to if I see something that isn't fully... I mean, I'm not going to leave you out. Once it's in my email inbox, I'll know it. You can rest easy. It will get done. Yeah, don't worry about that. We'll get there. Excellent. See, I love that. I love those ruby scales. They don't have the pin slot though. No, they do have a pin slot, but they don't come with a pin. Nelson, Temu knives. Yeah, Temu knives. What about them? These are Victorinox Swiss Army knives. Hold on, you're sending me a P2. Wait, when did that happen? Did I miss something? Oh, the one to fix, or the Archified P2. Never mind. I thought I was getting a free multi-tool right now. No, I understood, Nelson. They're not Temu. They're Victorinox Swiss Army knives. They're from Switzerland. I got them off of eBay. But these are all real. How do you get the rust off the pivots of your multi-tool? That's a great question. We were talking about that a little earlier, actually. One thing that you can do is use something called evaporust. If you soak the tool in that. I swear to God, guys, there was a pin wedged into the scale of this one. So that one's getting a pin. Yeah, okay, Victorinox. I would soak it. If you can remove the scales, that's awesome. Soak it in some evaporust. That'll get rid of it. Sometimes it's not rust though. It's debris, it's pocket lint and oils and stuff that have coagulated. If you watch back through the last 3 hours of this stream, you'll kind of get a feel for what we just did, because these were all used knives that were really grimy and gunky. So I'll try and talk through it so you don't save you some time. But the main thing is going to be that I did was brush it out with some WD-40. There's a can. Put it in an ultrasonic cleaner with some Dawn Power Wash with warm water, very important. And you can run that cycle a couple of times. So once it's through the ultrasonic cleaner, brush it out, go back to the ultrasonic cleaner. You do that a few times, you should get most of the debris out of the tool. And then I just fill them, cover them in oil, again, WD-40. And then, one thing I forgot is we're going to add a little KPL knife pivot lube to all of these at the end. Tegatech said, be careful using evaporust on black oxide tools. That's a really good point, because that's a type of oxide. Like rust is an oxide. Oxidized, oxidated, oxide coating. I don't know. There's words in there somewhere. But yeah, Nelson, I would try. I mean, soap and water, you can, and a brush and a toothpick, things like that. A lot of times it's just a matter of cleaning the gunk out of the knife, especially on Victorinox knives. They seem to be prone to trapping that stuff inside. Looks like this one, it's still fighting me a little bit on this last rivet. We've got these, I like these scales too, the kind of clear ones with the silver underside. Do these ones, no, these ones have a pin slot as well. These ones don't have the pen slot. That's what I'm thinking of. I'll get it one day, guys. One day I will do a video and I won't make multiple mistakes. And that's the day you'll know I've been replaced by a robot. Let's grab another one of these cool scales. Trying to make sure that we get the nice scales on these for you guys. Do we do any C-Tech scales? We don't. We actually don't sell the scales. They're pretty available from a lot of different places. So these are just ones from my stash, plus I bought some 3D printed ones to put on these knives. The cyber scales, thank you, Tark. So we don't sell any scales at this time. For better or worse. Maybe we should add those. I was confused too, Dynamis, because you said he was going to leave, and I don't know. I don't know where that came from, so I assumed he was gone. I'm Ron Burgundy. Thank you, Douglas. Appreciate the jewels. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I still think you should let me send him something, but... What time is it over there, Tark? What are you, 9 hours ahead? Behind? Something? Uh-oh, we're out of pens. Are we out of pens? I thought I had enough pens. I'm going to have to start stealing pens. Uh-oh. We are out of pens. Oh, after midnight, my goodness. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to pull this out of inventory. so I don't forget. If I have any in inventory. I do have one in inventory. Okay. And then we're going to have to start stealing pens from my personal Swiss Army knives. Thought I had more than enough pens. Well, this one doesn't get a pen, so that's easy. Oh, maybe the rest of these scales don't have pen slots? That's what I get for doing it all at random. Aha, well, no, one of them has pen slot. Oh, what do I want to... I need to keep one of these. I'm actually going to keep one of each on hand, which doesn't help me out, but if I keep one of these, we should be good. Okay, let me set these aside. We'll go back to our 3D printed scales here. $5:39 p.m. I didn't think we were gonna finish, and I kind of in my head planned to go to 6, so we're right on the cusp. This is great. I'm nowhere near in frame. My goodness. My apologies. The later it gets, the more I'm leaning over the side of my camera and not seeing what I'm supposed to be seeing. Oh, okay, got it. I think we have 2 pins left. So that's good work. I don't know how I miscalculated the number of pens I needed. That seems like the easiest thing to calculate. Oh, and I'm going to have... There's another tool back there that I didn't see. Okay. And again, I do recommend just a vise with padded jaws is really a good option for getting these scales on these tools. It applies even pressure across a large surface area, and it does it in a parallel manner. You know, pliers are just not the same. Something like that. My whole chat just reset. Looks like we're still good to go, though. All right, one moment, please, while I grab a pen off of my Swiss Army knife. Yes, Douglas, that is, it's got some rubbery pads that I've just strapped on there with packing tape. Makes it easy for this type of work. I use it to hold tools while I'm disassembling them as well on occasion. Yeah, I don't think, okay, so there's that. Let's grab, I guess I have to grab some frames here. And I don't have any more pens, so we're going to grab a standard scales. And how about we do it on camera, buddy? Excellent. Toothpick and tweezers. Oh my. And last but not least, we've got these clear scales, and I just want to clean up that edge. I'm going to do that with a Leatherman Surge here, because it's a little bit, it's ragged and sharp, and it is cracked, but I think it's just an interesting enough scale that it's worth preserving. I don't see these transparent blue ones as often. So I'm just gonna touch that edge with a file to make it rounded and nicer looking. Again, if there's a configuration you don't love about it, you can always replace the parts. You can always replace your scales. If you're adventurous, you can replace all of the internal components of a Swiss Army knife. We've done videos on that. We need to get back to it. We haven't done a lot on that lately. But I think that looks a little bit better. That one pops in place. You know, if you wanted a perfectly functioning Swiss Army knife, maybe these aren't the ones, but it's cool to have a knife with some heritage and some life in it. Toothpick, tweezers, vice versa. Nice and rounded. Heck yeah. All right. Before I send these out, I am going to go ahead and add some knife pivot lube to each of them. So they may come a little oily. You want to work them in. I've got to add the scissor springs as well before I send them out. So hopefully I'm going to write a note on that too. So I don't forget that either. I'll show you what I would do with that right now. All I'm going to do is I'm going to put a drop on each of the pivots here. This is the original weight, the kind of standard weight of knife pivot lube. And it's really nice for wicking into those pivots without being too viscous or too it's not too thick and it's not too thin. And then I'm just going to work that pivot a couple of times and get that worked all around there, and that'll help keep that knife moving cleanly. Got some residue coming out because these have been submerged all day, so we'll take another look before we send these off. Hopefully there's no issues. If there are, you can always call your congressman and complain, and hopefully some of that grittiness is gone. There may be a little. Like I said, I can't promise anything too crazy, but that is all of these Victorinox Swiss Army knives ready to go. Let's do a little bit more. We got a little time. Let's do a little more. I want to try something here. I've tested this a few times, and I really want to try it on this translucent blue. This is a product called Polywatch. And it's a plastic polish for watches. Is my computer dying? No, we're good. It's a plastic polish for for plastic watch dials, kind of like on this G-Shock. By the way, I've been rocking the G-Shock all day. And in my first tests, it seemed like just a quick wipe down with this was enough to take out a lot of the micro scratches in a scale like this. So we'll compare the front side and the back side at the end. It doesn't seem to damage the silver bit, but it does seem to clean up that surface. It's not perfect. We've also been doing some tests with sandpaper to try and get a high polish finish, but maybe we can see this on camera. Let's see. So there's the side I just polished, and there's the side I didn't. And it's those micro scratches that make it look a little bit dull. So we're going to do that. That worked pretty well. Where's my Polywatch? Where did I set it? There it is. We'll do the other side on this one as well. Just on this translucent one. We're not going to go crazy today. I'd love to be able to spend hours on each and every one of these. Well, we can only do what we can do. We may carry that in the future. If you guys try it out and like it, let me know so we know whether it's worth carrying for this type of thing. I can't tell if it's doing enough. I know there's other polishes out there that might be better. Flitz, I think, is one of them. And I'm just hitting it with a little oil at the end to clean it up. Make sure it's nice and shiny. But that looks pretty nice. I think that's really nice. With not a lot of work. There's 25 Swiss Army knives. They're going out to a bunch of you. They're going out to all of our members. Unless you joined after. Which I don't think we had anyone join. But I think that's the end of our stream, guys. Is there anything I forgot? Other than knife pivot lube? I think that's it. Again, if you are a channel member, send me an email. Zach, Z-A-C-H, at multipartstore.com. Let me know that you are a member. Make the subject line member gift. Let me know you're over 18 and your shipping address. If you're outside of the U.S., we'll figure something out. If you're in the U.S., we'll send you one of these Swiss Army knives at random. We won't ask for any financial details or anything like that. You won't need to pay anything. We're paying for shipping. So don't get scammed. And I'm fading fast, so I'm going to wrap up the stream there. Thank you guys so much for sticking around for this absurdly long live stream. Some of you have been here the whole dang time. I appreciate you. Love our channel members. Love our subscribers. You guys are awesome. We will catch... What the hell? I don't know where this came from. Crap. We're finishing this. Son of a gun. I'm sitting here saying goodbye for 5 minutes. Douglas, thank you for the jewels, man. I appreciate you. Man. We're going to get this one on. I don't know if I have a pen for it. Sorry if you get one without a pen. It's random. I literally don't know where it was, Tarek. Dynamis asked if there's no way to gift subs on YouTube mobile. I don't know. I don't know. There's some weird discrepancies between the YouTube mobile app and the YouTube desktop app, but I don't know. It'd be gifting memberships too. Just point of clarification, not an important one, but you were trying before the... Oh man, I'm sorry. Time's out though, man. I don't have to give I get to keep 2 or 3 of these. Well, in the future, I've got a box full of crap that's piling up, and I want to do a whatnot stream if you guys would be down. Your kids have the PC tied up. That's all right, man. We got a couple weeks ago, so they'll be getting some. I think that's good. Let me grab some more pieces here. Morgan asked, where did I get the vise? I got this on Amazon. It's a Bessie bench vise with the suction cup. I looked for someone pretty recently, and the price had gone way up to the point where I wouldn't recommend it. You can get a decent vise for $20-$30. When I looked recently, it seemed like the price was like, I don't know, $60 or something. It's not worth that. So, keep an eye out. I only have one pen left, and it's probably been used, but it's going into this Swiss Army knife because it's the only pen I have left in the entire shop. For real now, that's 25 Swiss Army knives. Goodbye. Goodbye. That's the end of the stream. That's really the end of the stream. I swear it's the end of the stream. We're done. Email me. Catch you guys later.